What's up, agents? Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Hopefully you guys had an amazing Christmas and good luck for the new year. I have been busy with family, hence why I haven't uploaded many videos, but I will be back uploading regularly in full force in the new year from January the 1st. So thank you for your patience. Make sure you guys do keep safe for the new year, and let's get on with the video. We are receiving a PTS in January, and I will be covering this on my YouTube channel here, so make sure you subscribe and click that bell, and follow me on Twitch because I will be live streaming the PTS in January. The link will be down below in the description. So this video is going to be about a beautiful solo assault rifle build. This build will allow you to press NPCs in any difficulty, guys, in any mission, any type of PvE game mode in the game. Legendary, you can press NPCs and actually kill all of them just face trading them. We have huge amounts of armor on kill, over 500,000. We can hit over 700k a bullet. We can dish out high damage, have high regen, lots of utility in the setup. And if you're a solo player, you're going to be absolutely loving this build. So with this setup, you can use the Eagle Bearer, which is what I have chosen to go for because I'm on PC. It's a bit easier for me to hit headshots, but this is not a headshot build. This is a crit build, so it's friendly for console players or anybody who's new to the game. Maybe you cannot hit your shots yet. You can focus on the body, use the EB if you've got it, and then you can get the final shot to the head, therefore utilizing the special talent of the gun, allowing you to tank all the damage and then just running through the NPCs easily. You know how the EB works by now. If you don't have it, the Chameleon is arguably even better, and it does do a lot more damage. The Chameleon will allow you to shred through the content and NPCs in the game with absolute ease. So it's up to you with which gun you have. I mean, there's many different options for whatever weapon you want. It's completely up to you. So we're going to go through the build in detail, then I will showcase some juicy gameplay. So as I mentioned before, we're going to be using ARs. We need to get close range. That's why the Chameleon is going to be nice for this build, because the Chameleon is more or less an SMG in my eyes because the accuracy is very bad, and long range this build will not hit too hard because we're going to be utilizing Intimidate, and we need to collect trophies and get up close to the NPCs to get the headshots on the EB. So it's up to you what gun you're going to be using, but the specialization I have gone for, this is also your choice. I recommend using Gunner because we need to get as much armor on kill as possible. With the Eagle Bearer buff, guys, it mitigates damage, but you receive the damage later on. So we need to try and make up for that by getting as much armor per kill as possible. It is important because the bonus armor is temporary from the backpack, the memento bag. So we need to make sure we're getting normal baseline armor on kill, which is important. So this is nice because we do get an extra 10%. It's up to you how much armor on kill you go for. It's dependent on whether or not you want more damage. If you're looking at this gameplay and you're saying to yourself, I need more damage, then you can do that very easily. We have focused a lot on armor on kill. There's a balance. You need to be able to kill the NPCs, but also get a lot of benefit from the armor. You don't want to have too little armor on kill. Otherwise, you won't be able to be very aggressive with the setup, which you need to be because you have to get close range. So I have done all of the workings and tested it myself, but this is based on how I play and how I hit my shots. So you need to decide on that by yourself and test it out. Especially like I've got 1.7 million armor. Are you going to go for less? Are you going to go for more? The more you have, the better, but also you're going to be lacking in the damage area. So just keep that in mind. You need to go and test it out. Do you need maybe more crit damage? You can put a Gruppo instead of the extra armor on kill. There's many different variations to the setup. Just know that you need to change it up to suit your playstyle. So I've got assault rifle damage activated. Now you can actually go for a different setup or a different specialization. Firewall is going to be better for damage because we do have the striker shield. You're going to be getting up close to the NPCs. This will give you a lot of extra damage. The armor kit's also good as well, but we're going to be losing 10% armor on kill. So this is up to you. Let's take a look at the build. So as you can see, this is a very aggressive setup, but we are making use of the new brand set, which is Usina Gettiger, because now instead of armor regen, we have got total armor and armor on kill. So the total armor will actually help and go hand in hand with the armor on kill. So they work off of each other, which is very, very nice. The more total armor you have, the more armor on kill you will get. So this is perfect. The two-piece is going to be very nice. So we've got the mask and the knee pads. I haven't gone for regen because we get up to 50,000 regen with the memento bag, and we also get weapon damage and skill efficiency, which will help with this pulse and also with our shield. So we've got lots of utility here, but we've also got baseline weapon damage rather than just focusing on like Gruppo or Cheska. So I have got 54% crit chance, the minimum. My crit damage is actually 119%, which is really, really good considering we haven't spec'd into the brand sets for it, like Chesko or Grupo. So with this, we've got Fenris, which is baseline weapon damage, and also Picara's holster. Skill haste will help us with our skills as well. This is great because we get 15% weapon damage, as you guys know, one of the best pieces in the game. These two will give us baseline base weapon damage, which is really nice because it's non-situational. It's increasing our crits and our non-crits. So weapon damage is the best. This is why we can get those high numbers, and it's not too situational, or it doesn't really rely on crits, because remember, 54%, it's per bullet, not per magazine. So we need to try and make sure we're hitting as much damage as we can. Then with the gloves, now this is somewhere you can change. So these three pieces here, the knees, mask, and gloves, you can change this out if you want more damage, but I promise you, you will struggle a little bit. You could even go for something else on the mask and knee pads rather than going for two pieces just for that 10% armor on kill. But the 5% total armor works really well. Also, I have tested with like a Cheska and a Grupo, or I've tested with another knee pad, which I see a lot of people in the community making mistakes on this. I see people using Fox's Prayer, but trust me, when you're making an aggressive close range build, Fox's Prayer will not work at all. That damage 2 targets out of cover does not work if an NPC is even near cover. So they will mitigate your damage completely. So you can use like a Grupo, whatever. You can go for more damage, that is up to you. But this setup just works the way it is because we're getting lots of damage from Intimidate. It's changed, but it still works. You stack it up pretty quick. And all the damage from Memento and just the baseline weapon damage and crit damage we have on the setup, I feel it's enough. Even though we have got 1.7 million, it works great. So you can decide if you want more damage or keep it how it is here with more survivability, because these gloves only really give you armor on kill. Unfortunately, health is not going to help us whatsoever. So this is tradable. It's completely up to you guys how you want to change this up. So we have got over 500,000 armor on kill, which is very, very nice. Once stacked, as I mentioned before, we have 50k regen. So we've got so much survivability on this build. It is insane. So let's go through the setup in full detail now. So 1.7 million armor is the sweet spot for me. This is completely up to you. The Eagle Bearer is perfect because this is a crit damage build. I start shooting in the body, I get more accuracy. Then with that accuracy, I hit the headshots. Then I get the tenacity debuff or the buff. So we do eventually get it as a debuff later on, because when you're glowing red, all you guys need to know is you delay damage. So all of the damage is given to you after the timer runs out. But if you kill enemies, so each enemy killed while the buff is active up to 100% with 3 kills. So if you get 3 kills, you reduce the damage. So this is why we want to try and get quite a few kills. But because we have got so much armor on kill, we don't have to spec too much into weapon damage to try and get those 3 kills. Even if we get 1 kill, it's enough. Do you see what I'm saying? But obviously you've got to kind of gauge where you do this, where you push, because even the robotic dogs, you know, the electronic NPCs, they're still all right because we have got crit damage. So we will still beam them out. This is why this setup works well. That's why I've gone for crit damage rather than headshot damage. Because in some missions, you can't really get the headshot kills. It's more for the human NPCs. So we know how this works by now. Basically, I think the build works well with tenacity because we're making up for the damage delay with the actual armor on kill. Then the secondary weapon, or the primary weapon, again, like I said before, Chameleon is arguably better. We can get so much damage, plus 90% weapon damage for 75 body shots. We get reload speed, which is a form of DPS, and more crit chance. So you could maybe go for more crit damage mods instead of crit damage mods instead of crit chance mods. So this gun will work perfectly if you don't really like the EB or you don't have it. Try this even if you do have the EB, because this could be better for you. It does a lot of damage and it is really, really nice. Secondary, it's whatever you want to be using. There's so many other ARs you could potentially use. Maybe put an SMG on in case you run out of ammo. Then pistol, orbit for that extra crit chance and crit damage, quite simple. So we have got the armor on kill side of the build, which is the mask, gloves, and knees. We have got some armor on kill right here, which is going to give us that 10%. The specialization, another 10%. Then the mask and the knee pads will give us total armor and armor on kill. Then we have got the chest, which is Fenris, baseline incremental weapon damage for the assault rifle, crit damage, crit chance with Intimidate. This works off of the backpack. So when we get a memento stack, we get bonus armor, we get the damage, it stacks up, and this is a lot of damage. Don't be fooled, it is still very, very good. So there are other setups or pieces you can use with instead of this chest, and maybe different talents. But I promise you, I've tried this and it works great. I've tried other ones as well, but I do recommend Intimidate. Then with the holster, like I mentioned before, we've got that increased weapon damage, 15%. If you don't want to use the Memento bag, I would recommend swapping out the Uzina, put the Coyote's mask on. Therefore, you get more critical hit damage, up to 25% close range. And then you could change the backpack for a Uzina bag with Bloodsucker, giving you lots of bonus armor. You'll be tanky, and you'll also be able to actually get the Intimidate procced. But I do recommend Memento because of the long-term and short-term buffs. We get weapon damage. We also get bonus armor and skill efficiency. So this is just too good to pass up, as you guys know. So with each piece, this is going to be quite simple. We are going to be putting on crit damage and crit chance. That's it. Simple, end of story. I've got a crit chance modification on the mask. On the chest, I've got a crit damage modification, crit damage, crit chance rolled here with Intimidate. And the bag, I have got a critical hit damage modification. That's up to you depending on your Shade Tech watch as well. But just make sure your crit chance is no less than 54%, as I always say. So the rest of the pieces, it's simple, guys. Crit chance on the holster, on the gloves, we have got crit chance rolled there, and the knee pads, crit chance and crit damage. Obviously, if you're going to be using the EB, having headshot damage is going to be more beneficial because it's non-situational damage once again. That would be ideal, but it's completely up to you. You can put that on. I just wanted to make sure I'm catering towards people who cannot just always hit headshots or don't have the EB. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to go and click that notification bell and subscribe below. The skills I've gone for, and this is a nice thing about this specialization, is the Banshee Pulse. It allows you to get that initial proc of the EB, or get the first kill, or get your stacks up. This will disorient the NPCs. Very nice, very, very good. Now, I do recommend using this, but you don't have to. You can use a decoy. Sometimes I use the decoy. But the nice thing about this skill as well is its disorientation. So you could actually, if you wanted to, you could use Galvanized. So Galvanized could work well with that pulse as well. So if you guys have a look, applying a blinded snare confuse, which is that, or shock to an enemy grants 40% of your armor as bonus armor. So this would be good, and you would be able to constantly stack this. It's another way of getting that bonus armor for the Intimidate. It's a very good talent. And if you're in a team, I guess you could be using this instead so that you could give your team benefits as well. So that is another option for you. But staying on track here, the shield is not really necessary if you're using the EB. If you're using the Chameleon or any other AR, it is. But this shield is going to be tier 6, which is very nice because of the blues we've got on the build. And so we've got a yellow as well. So it's going to be very nice. It's very tanky. It helps us survive. It's a must use. Just make sure with modifications, especially with this one, guys, make sure you put effect duration and radius, the main ones from the specialization, and then health and active regeneration, or holstered, it doesn't really matter. Then the statistics, like I said before, we can hit very hard. We get up to 50k regen, 119% crit damage, 54 crit chance, 85 headshot, 500,000 armor on kill. This build just allows you to press and be aggressive. It's very powerful. Let me know how you're going to run it. Like I mentioned before, there's many ways to adapt it to suit your own playstyle. I want to see in the comments down below, did you like this setup? Have you tweaked it? And please make sure you also leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, link down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Tango. Gotcha. Fuck you! I need to...
Troops in contact. Over.
Wait a minute! What's happening?